Bath is a city unlike many others in Britain. It rests in the valley of the River Avon in Somerset. Green hills cradle this remarkable place. Its story is deeply connected to the hot mineral springs that bubble up from the earth. These springs are unique in the United Kingdom. They deliver over 1 million litres of warm, mineral-rich water each day. This natural wonder has shaped Bath's destiny for thousands of years. It has drawn people to this spot since time immemorial. The city we see today is built upon layers of fascinating history, each one telling a part of its enduring tale. Legend whispers that a prince named Bladud discovered these springs. This was supposedly around 863 BC. Bladud, it is said, suffered from leprosy. He was an outcast, tending pigs in the marshy land. He noticed his pigs wallowing in the hot, muddy water. Their skin conditions seemed to improve. So Bladud tried the waters himself. His leprosy was cured. He then founded the city of Bath. While this is a captivating story, archaeological evidence points to earlier human activity. The Celts, who lived here before the Romans, certainly knew of these springs. They revered them as sacred sites, believing them to be gateways to the underworld, touched by powerful deities. The Romans arrived in Britain in AD 43. They soon discovered the hot springs at Bath. They called the settlement Aquae Sulis, meaning the waters of Sulis. Sulis was a local Celtic goddess of the thermal springs. The Romans cleverly equated Sulis with their own goddess of wisdom and healing, Minerva. This created Sulis Minerva, a deity revered by both Celts and Romans. The Romans were master engineers. They understood the therapeutic potential of the hot waters. They began constructing a sophisticated bathing complex and temple around the main spring. This was not just a functional spa, it was a statement of Roman power and culture, transforming the area significantly. The centerpiece of Aquae Sulis was the Great Bath. This was a large lead-lined pool filled with naturally warm water. It was an impressive feat of engineering for its time. The Great Bath was more than just a place to bathe. It became a social hub, a place for relaxation, conversation and healing. Romans from across Britain and even further afield would travel to Aquae Sulis. They came to seek cures for ailments and to worship Sulis Minerva. The complex also included other pools, treatment rooms and a temple dedicated to the goddess. The Hippocaust system, a Roman invention for underfloor heating, kept the rooms warm. It was a truly remarkable place. After the Romans withdrew from Britain in the early 5th century, Aquae Sulis faced a period of decline. The grand buildings slowly fell into disrepair. The intricate systems that managed the hot springs likely failed. The area became quieter, less prominent. Saxon settlers eventually moved into the region. An Anglo-Saxon poem, often thought to be The Ruin, might describe the decaying Roman structures of Bath. It speaks of once mighty stone buildings now crumbling and silent. This era was challenging for many former Roman towns. Bath was no exception. Its former glory seemed lost to the mists of time, a forgotten relic of a bygone empire. However, Bath was not destined to remain a ruin. By the 7th century, new life began to stir. In AD 675, an Anglo-Saxon monastery was founded in Bath. This marked a significant turning point. The city started to regain importance, this time as a religious center. The presence of the monastery helped to stabilize the area. It drew scholars and pilgrims. Bath gradually grew around this new spiritual heart. The land around Bath also became a royal possession. This royal connection would play a crucial role in its future development. The focus shifted from the Roman baths to the growing Christian community and its sacred spaces. A pivotal moment in Bath's history occurred in AD 973. Edgar, the first king of all England, was crowned at Bath Abbey. This was a hugely significant event. It wasn't just a local affair, it symbolized the unification of England under one ruler. The coronation service used for Edgar became the basis for all future British coronations. Bath Abbey, therefore, holds a special place in the story of the English monarchy. The ceremony would have been a grand spectacle. It cemented Bath's status as a town of national importance. This event elevated Bath beyond just a regional religious centre. Throughout the medieval period, Bath continued to develop. It grew as a market town, nestled around the abbey and the site of the old Roman baths. The wool trade became an important part of its economy. This industry brought prosperity to Somerset and to Bath. Guilds were formed and the town's layout took shape. Life was not always easy, of course. Like other medieval towns, Bath faced challenges. These included outbreaks of disease such as the Black Death in the 14th century. Yet, the town persevered. It built a strong community with its abbey at its spiritual and often social core. The medieval period laid further foundations for the city's future transformations. The fame of Bath's hot springs had faded somewhat during the medieval period. However, the 17th and 18th centuries saw a dramatic resurgence in their popularity. People began to believe again in the healing properties of the waters. A key moment was the visit of Queen Anne in 1702. She came to Bath seeking relief from gout. Her royal patronage significantly boosted the city's reputation. It became fashionable for the wealthy elite to visit Bath. They came for their health, but also for socializing and leisure. This marked the beginning of Bath's Georgian Golden Age, a period of extraordinary transformation and architectural splendor. This transformation was spearheaded by visionary individuals. The architects John Wood the Elder and his son John Wood the Younger were central figures. They had a grand vision for Bath. They wanted to create a city of classical elegance inspired by Roman architecture and Palladian principles. Using the beautiful honey-colored Bath stone quarried locally, they designed magnificent new streets, squares, and crescents. Their work was not just about individual buildings. It was about creating a harmonious urban landscape. They reshaped Bath into one of Europe's most beautiful and stylish cities, a testament to their ambition and skill. Among the most iconic landmarks they created are the Circus and the Royal Crescent. The Circus, designed by John Wood the Elder, is a remarkable circular space, inspired by the Colosseum in Rome. Its three curved segments of townhouses are adorned with classical columns. The Royal Crescent, completed by John Wood the Younger, is a sweeping arc of 30 grand houses. It overlooks Royal Victoria Park. Pulteney Bridge, designed by Robert Adam, is another masterpiece. It is one of only a few historic bridges in the world, with shops built across its full span. These structures define Bath's elegant character and remain its most famous sites. During the Georgian era, Bath became the leading centre of fashionable society in England. Richard Bowe Nash played a crucial role in this. As the master of ceremonies from the early 1700s, he set the rules for polite society. He organised balls, concerts and gambling. He made sure that everyone, regardless of their rank, behaved with decorum. Bath was a place to see and be seen. Famous figures like the novelist Jane Austen lived in Bath. She captured its social scene in her novels such as Northanger Abbey and Persuasion. The city buzzed with cultural life, from theatre performances to public breakfasts, making it an exciting and vibrant destination. The Victorian era brought further changes to Bath. The Industrial Revolution was transforming Britain. One of its most significant impacts was the development of railways. The Great Western Railway connected Bath to London and other major cities in the 1840s. This made Bath much more accessible to a wider range of people. No longer was it solely the preserve of the wealthy elite. Middle-class Victorians could now afford to visit. They came to take the waters and enjoy the city's attractions. This influx of new visitors helped to sustain Bath's popularity as a spa town throughout the 19th century. The Victorians also made their own mark on the city's fabric. They built new spa facilities such as the Grand Pump Room extension. They also created public parks and gardens like Royal Victoria Park, which was opened in 1830 by the young Princess Victoria herself. There was a strong sense of civic pride. The Victorians were also keen archaeologists. They undertook significant excavations of the Roman baths. This work uncovered more of the ancient complex. It deepened the understanding of Bath's Roman origins. These discoveries further enhanced the city's historical appeal and its unique story. The 20th century presented new challenges. Bath suffered damage during the Baedeker raids of World War II in April 1942. These air raids targeted historic cities. Several significant buildings were hit. Post-war reconstruction was a priority. There was also a growing awareness of the need to protect Bath's unique heritage. Conservation efforts became increasingly important. The city had to balance the needs of a modern population with the preservation of its historic character. This was not always an easy task, but the commitment to safeguarding Bath's legacy grew stronger over time. Today, Bath is a vibrant and thriving city. It is cherished for its rich history and stunning architecture. In 1987, the entire city was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This prestigious status recognizes both its Roman remains and its cohesive Georgian town planning. Bath is one of very few places to hold such a dual honor. The city successfully blends its historical treasures with a lively contemporary culture. It attracts millions of visitors each year. They come to explore the Roman baths, admire the Georgian streetscapes, and soak in the unique atmosphere. Bath continues to manage the delicate balance between being a living city and a perfectly preserved piece of history. Its timeless journey continues.